Was Keith Richards talking at the end of the 80s about the Stones' never-ending presence in our cultural landscape. One of the ways the Stones have done that is through partnerships with advertisers and brands. We're going to look at how well those collaborations have worked, what the Rolling Stones music brings to a brand, and whether it has harmed or enhanced the Stones' legacy. This is a good starting point with a band advert, because it's very clear that advertisers and brands wanted to tap into the Stones' rebelliousness, their anti-conventional reputation, and also the catchiness and personality of their music. The Stones and advertising might seem an odd topic for a video, but the two have a long history. In his autobiography, Keith Richards revealed he considered a career in advertising before the Rolling Stones formed. Keith had an interview at J. Walter Thompson, an advertising firm in London, in the early 60s. After laying out his work from his folder, the admin patronisingly said, "By the way, do you make a good cup of tea?" Keith's predictable response, "Yes, but not for you." He says he walked out of the company's building and dumped his artwork in a trash can. A difficult start. That was to be the pattern for a long time between the band and commercial advertisers. During the Stones' long touring break in the 80s, one brand showed how brand advertising could provide legendary musical acts with a win-win scenario. The most successful series of television ads combining popular music and brand image was by Levi's.
Should I stay or should I go?
Everything gonna be alright this morning. My mother said I'm gonna be the greatest man alive.
In the early 70s, with several drug busts and a number of other personal scandals, the Stones didn't look like a good bet for advertisers.
But a lot of people feel uncomfortable at the words of your song and the tones of your songs, don't they?
Do they? I don't think so.
At any different night, some band is the greatest rock and roll band in the world. Some nights, yeah, maybe it was the Rolling Stones. Other nights we knew we definitely weren't. It would depend on the situation.
The Stones' first entry into the world of advertising was more than cringeworthy.
Wake up in the morning, there's a pop that really says, "Nice, this is for you, and you, and you."
While catchy, this jingle was a world away from the youthful rock rebel image the Stones were putting out in 1964 and 65.
When we started off, I never thought we'd make it very big anyway. And then when we're making records for 2 years.
Unsurprisingly, at this early stage, the Stones weren't too sure about the future. And maybe the Rice Krispies ad was their gambit at making sure they were around for a little bit longer. Better fare came along in the 1980s when I caught this unforgettable Scotch cassette advert.
I'm going to tell you how it's going to be. Take what you want both night and day. Then re-record, not fade away.
While the track is not the Stones, it is undeniably in the style of their cover of Not Fade Away. This was followed by another humorous ad, again in the style of the Stones, but not recorded by them.
Loads of overpowering smells made my best friend's brown. Now I with a clean, fresh, subtle smell. So try it.
It was August 1995. The commercial was for Windows 95. The story goes that Bill Gates got the idea from the Start button feature on the home screen of Microsoft's latest software release. Gates was said to have personally asked Mick Jagger how much it would cost to use the song. Jagger, being a rock rebel to his core, tossed out a number in the tens of millions, hoping to dissuade Gates. We now know it ended up costing Microsoft $3 million, and it was worth the cost to launch a campaign that made Microsoft a household name at a time when only 3% of consumers even knew the company made software. Because of that recognizable song, the Windows 95 campaign was the first grand celebration of the Microsoft brand. When you think of the Rolling Stones, you think of the Lips Tongue logo. It's appeared in countless pieces of merchandise, as familiar and as timeless as the Coca-Cola script and McDonald's Golden Arches. Without this single piece of artwork, the band's commercial operation might not be as successful as it is today. Make no mistake, the Rolling Stones have benefited from making themselves into a brand. Gone are the clashes with authorities. Mick now has a knighthood. However, to this day, for the band's legions of fans, a key part of the Rolling Stones' appeal remains the piratical image of Keith Richards.
Okay, now you know who I am. You've basically given me a license now. Yeah, it's Jesse James time. When you really put the black hat on.
The Stones understood the need to position their brand early on. As Richards once said, the Beatles got the white hat. What was left? The black hat. They have somehow managed to convince the world that they still wear the black hat. If you want to support the channel, like, share and subscribe on YouTube.